the impact of the minimum wage on local communities. I'm Jill Horner. This is Comcast Newsmakers. With me is the Mayor of Middletown Township, Tony Perry. Thanks for being with us.
Good to be here, Jill.
There's a lot of talk about the increase of the minimum wage on businesses and what it will mean for those who make the minimum wage. But you say you have concerns about the increase of the minimum wage, eventually up to $15 an hour, on municipalities like yours. Let's get into the details of your concerns about the increase in the minimum wage and what you feel will be some of the challenges presented to you as a municipality.
Sure. Well, you're absolutely right. The focus is always on how is this going to impact businesses, and that's a valid argument and something to be concerned about. But the impact that the $15 minimum wage is going to have on municipalities like Middletown is astronomical. In Middletown, we are facing a $750,000 increase in our budget, which is 1.5% over the 5 years of this phase-in for the minimum wage. That has concerns spreading through town hall of how we're going to be able to afford this increase, this 80% increase in our minimum wage across New Jersey. And I know that I share the same feelings as many of the 565 mayors across the state of New Jersey. What's going to be the ripple effect of our supervisors that are now getting 15 as opposed to the person that's going from the current minimum wage up to $15?
So does that mean, for example, that a supervisor who currently makes $15 an hour would have to be increased beyond the $15?
Absolutely. If we're asking them to take a leadership role in supervising the very people that are now making $15 an hour, the towns across the state are going to have to make those adjustments. And with that is going to come cost increases, which are going to affect not only our property taxpayers, but it's going to have a double impact on our businesses that are now paying for the $15 minimum wage, but seeing their property taxes increase across the town as well.
Does the phase-in period allow you to better plan for this?
Absolutely, and listen, this bill could have been much worse with an immediate impact. Our governor had been pushing for an immediate $15 minimum wage. There's no question that the phase-in is better for not only businesses but better for municipalities, but it's still a concern.
Will individuals making increased wages better contribute to your local economy, better contribute to local businesses who will be then paying more taxes in your local economy?
Well, that's always the argument for an increased minimum wage, right? But we see in St. Louis. St. Louis increases the minimum wage to $15 an hour. Missouri then takes steps to reduce the minimum wage from 15 back down to 10 because they saw businesses closing. They saw people getting less hours at their but the increase in their rent, in the inflation of everyday items goes up because at this point you're now making $15 an hour. Well, your rent is going to have to go up. The cost of a gallon of milk is going to have to go up because the cost is rippled across all sectors of the economy. So Washington, D.C. had the same. They put it on a referendum, and the town council, city council, had to repeal that. Which was unprecedented to see that a referendum voted and approved by the taxpayers and the residents of a town was then rescinded by its city council because it saw businesses fleeing Washington, D.C. for Northern Virginia. So, yes, of course, every leader across the town, whether it's the governor, our state senate, assembly, down to our freeholders and our mayors and township committees across the state are going to want to see people make more money. But unfortunately, the cost to our economy is much greater than that impact will have.
Thanks so much for being with us.
Thanks, Jill.
We've been talking with Tony Perry, the Mayor of Middletown Township. I'm Jill Horner.